Welcome to another episode of Scottish Football Matters with myself, Murray, and my good friend Lorenzo.
How you doing?
This week we're going to have a little chat about last midweek's two league games, which involved Celtic away to Falkirk and Hearts at Murn. Then we'll touch on the 15 of the 16 Scottish Cup ties that went ahead. We'll have a wee chat about what happened in those, and we can talk about the draw. We'll have a wee chat on transfers, and then we'll end with just predictions for the two European games on Thursday. So, how's things?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yep.
Obviously watched the football at the weekend. Uh, we're through. That's all I'll say to that
Yeah,
one. But at the
I
end of
think
the
the
day, that's all that matters.
best place to start is last midweek. I think we'll start at Tynecastle.
Right.
So obviously that has implications for the weekend. Benny McBringamy getting a deserved red card, but you have to say Hearts did really well to grind out
Yeah.
another win with 10 men. I know we'll
Two in a
come
row.
on to their we'll come on to the weekend performance, but I think they're going to be important points for Hearts because they needed to grind out results. But I do think the next 5 games is going to tell you whether Hearts are going to be lasting in this title race. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but the next 5 games are Celtic at home, away to Dundee United, home to Hibs, away to St Mirren, away to Rangers. Now,
That's
that's a
tough.
tough 5 games, especially when you add on the recent injuries to Cammy Devlin out for 6 to 8 weeks, which will cover all of that,
Yeah.
and Shanklin pulling up with his
Shankland.
hamstring at the weekend, and Beningame obviously being suspended for the Celtic one at least. So, but I think on the game, Hearts very much just ground out a result with 10 men, and full credit to them. I think St Mirren will be disappointed that they played 10 men for 75 minutes, something like that.
There or thereabouts.
And I think they just, I think if it's excuse me, put my teeth in here. Right, I think if it's a St Mirren team on form, I think they probably do take it, but you can tell that's a team low in confidence.
Oh, aye.
But fair play to Hearts. I think you need to be honest. And if Rangers and Celtic were grinding out those results, you'd be saying that was brilliant. And speaking of grinding out results, Celtic on the same night, I have to say, were absolutely atrocious and didn't deserve anything from the game. But they ground it out, and
That's
that's
what
what you need
happens.
to do in a
Yep.
title race.
So,
I actually think that was the worst performance I've seen Celtic this season. In terms of
no, I'd say against
maybe not
Motherwell, the worst was
maybe
Motherwell.
not shape. I think a lot of that was shape and how badly Nancy set you up. But in terms of structure, you were fine. But in terms of creating chances and looking like scoring, I thought you were just abysmal.
Oh, they were.
But that doesn't matter because
Celtic were
I've
rotten.
I've said that with some of the Rangers wins over like November, December time. I was like, don't know how we won it, but we did. It's 1-0. You get a win, you get a bit of luck, and Celtic certainly got a bit of luck because if the Falkirk players could finish, then Celtic would have been 3 or 4 down at half time.
I know.
But fair
The thing
play
is,
to
though,
Casper Schmeichel though,
he's
because
pulled off a
he's
few
taken
saves
a
there.
lot. He's taken a lot of stick because he's been terrible. But when you needed him that night, he made a couple of good saves. And you can say all you want about poor finishing, which it was, but you need to sometimes just say fair play to the keeper. And look, Celtic ground it out, and it could be a big 3 points. I think we'll see where we're at after because Celtic's next 5 or 6 games are tough as well.
I know.
So
the
we will see.
the Falkirk game. I mean, at the end of the day, I said this to you last week. I would love to see us play great football, sexy football, pretty football, but call it what you want. But see, as long as we get the victory,
Yeah.
and when we're playing bad, I'm quite happy with that. I don't want us to
My
play bad
worry
every week,
though would
but
be that if that continues, that level of performance, you won't get away with it
no, we
against
want we need
Hibs,
players in.
Hearts, or Rangers.
We'll need
I
a
think
player in before the end of this week, one or two before the end of this week. We definitely need players in.
that's all I would say is if you come up against a side with a bit more in the top end, you would have lost that game. Well, if that was Motherwell, that would have been the same score because it was a very similar like performance. in terms
Yep.
of nothing going forward. But I did think you looked defensively fine because you put yourselves a lot of bodies on the line and stuff.
Hmm.
But Celtic shouldn't be going to Falkirk and getting outplayed. Now I do
I know.
understand there's circumstances with, the squad isn't good enough. The manager's trying his best. He's got
Hmm.
his hands tied behind his back by a board who don't want to spend money.
Yep.
We'll get to that, but I do think that it was a win. A win is a win, as they say.
That's the most
If we,
important thing.
if we move on to the cup games, I think we'll briefly just go through these. Friday night, Rangers 5-0, as bog standard as you can imagine. I think the only highlights out of it was Miovski getting 3 goals.
The hat trick.
Hopefully that'll take his confidence on. And Asgard's free kick was goal of the round for me. Closely followed by Tanecki. I think that was the second best goal.
Tanecki's goal. Yep. Good goal.
But Asgard's free kick was in a different. That was just. But what I would say is, can Asgard do that in the 90th minute when it's one each? That's my question.
Have to wait
Because
and see.
I think it's very easy to do that when you're not easy, but you know what I mean. It's easier
Less
to do
pressure
that when you're 4
when you're
up
in a cup game and of
against
that
Annan at
magnitude
home.
against them. Yep.
But what I would say is the technique was there for all to see. I mean, it was why the hell Tavernier sitting off free kicks? I don't know. Get him on them if he can do that. But on to Saturday. We'll just quickly go through them all. Dunfermline, I predicted it. I felt Dunfermline would beat Hibs. I got that one right.
That
And it
for me that was really
a
cruel.
lucky finish.
Really cruel.
Not really
Cruel.
though. It wasn't.
No, but you think about it, he's tried to header it away and it's hit the guy's
no.
back and it's been into the net. That's really.
No, the goal's unlucky, but the result wasn't cruel. The result
I mean the goal was cruel. Like, it's a cruel goal to lose.
It happens though. But
yeah.
But then it comes from the fact that they weren't switched on for corners because the one before, I think the boys coming out the back post unmarked. The same thing happens, and that's just for me. It shows that Neil Lennon just got the better of a manager that I would say Lennon's probably better than David Gray at the moment because he's just had that experience to grind it out. But good result for Dunfermline. Airdrie Arbroath probably tie the round. I mean, it ends up 3 each after extra time, and Airdrie grind it out on penalties. But it seemed a wee bit unfortunate on Arbroath because they scored 3 goals away from home. But Elgin beat Camelon Juniors. That was as expected. There was nothing really of note other than it was nice to see Camelon get a goal because whenever you see these junior teams at this end, you just want to see them get a goal. Dundee United Ayr, that was actually a lot closer than the 2-0 would suggest. They didn't score till about 20 minutes to go, but I think that's the first goal that big Mauler scored. But I remember him coming on at Ibrox and he caused us all sorts of problems. He was really physical, he put himself about, and that might be a player that they can use in the second half. Celtic Hearts beat Cove Rangers on penalties. It was 1 each. I think there was terrible own goal in that game actually by the Cove Rangers player. Kilmarnock won, Dundee 2. Dundee really came back and won that. I didn't expect that, but fair play to them.
No, they deserved it in the end.
Yep. Livingston St Mirren went all the way to penalties. I thought Adowa's goal was quite good and Arfield took his goal really well. I think Arfield will help Livingston, but I don't think it'll be enough. I could see him getting 3 or 4 goals between now and the end of the season, but
I think they'll get
relegated. Be enough to keep them up. Aye, same here. Motherwell, that was a lot closer than I thought against Ross County, but Mas Manishi scoring again. We'll talk about him in the transfer bit.
Yep.
Partick 3, Montrose 1. Fairly straightforward. I think the red card to Partick made it closer because it was 2-0 at the time, but it gave Montrose a wee lift in the game, and then they made it 2-1, but the better side went through. Spartans, worst game of the round. Spartans 0, Inverness 0. I don't even know how they managed to get a highlights package out of that one on Sportsing because nothing happened.
And they won in penalties, Spartans, didn't they?
Yep. Stenhouse Muir beat Morton 4-0. That was really a lot more comfortable than I thought it would have been. In fact, I probably thought Morton would have won, but fair play to Stenny. Hearts Falkirk. I watched that game in its entirety, and I thought that Falkirk were the better side.
Well, I saw it.
And I have to say, the third best goal of the weekend goes to Falkirk because I think it's a really good team move with Lisa going down, cuts it back, and the boy Parkinson put it in. I know it looks like a tap in, but sometimes you need to watch the build up before the tap in to go, that was actually a good wee move. And I think Falkirk fully merited it. yesterday's games, Aberdeen, it was really just a set piece. I think Lyle Cameron made his debut. He didn't get a great welcome from the fans.
No, he wouldn't.
They
It
don't
came from
want they
Rangers.
don't. But it's not that they said no old firm loans. But do they not remember Ryan Christie or Liam Scales
Liam
doing them a turn?
Scales. hmm
You know,
That's right.
and let's be honest. I mean, Lyle Cameron will do them a turn. Everyone knows he's a good SPL player.
I don't think I know that he's on loan, but I don't see him going back to Rangers and getting into the team. I think that'll be a loan with a move
I
away,
don't
whether
think
it's to
no.
Aberdeen or somewhere else. No, do you
It
not think so?
certainly we won't do business with Aberdeen in terms of a
No,
transfer. This is more
but
about getting
he
the
will
boy
go
game time.
by game
I
time,
don't
but he'll
know.
go somewhere else.
I don't know. I think he'll get a pre-season because
Oh,
I think there's certain players in that Rangers squad who won't be there next year, and I think
aye.
there could be a place for him. But you need to remember, if Rangers sold Diomande and Raskin, you don't just fling a boy out. You might need him as a squad player, but he needs to play
No.
football.
But that's what Celtic
But
do.
fair play.
Celtic just get rid of players and don't bring players in.
I think he put a good ball in, flick on by Paul Vara at the front post, and then Milne bundled it over the line, we'll say. Then Celtic obviously gets Auchinleck. Look, Celtic made 9 changes, just 10 changes maybe. They weren't very good, but
Oh,
the games are stuffy and hard sometimes because
I'll tell you,
they play
I,
11 behind the ball, and
I was falling asleep during
it's
the
not
game. That's how
easy.
bad it was.
Uh, but I think there was 2 or 3 players that I think came out with pass marks. I thought Tanecki in the second half looked good,
He looked all
but
right.
Kenny obviously took his goal well.
Still not good enough though, Kenny.
I thought Welsh looked okay defensively,
The goal that
but
was
he
chopped
should
off,
look okay.
the goal that he got that was chopped off was a
Of
cracking goal. That
course,
was a
it
good
was a
goal.
great finish though. It was a
Aye,
great
it
finish,
was.
aye.
Aye.
But what I would say is that I don't think that a lot of the players who came into the team did enough to think that Martin O'Neill's going to use them again. I mean,
And we certainly
players
know
like
Balikwisha.
Balikwisha,
Mm-hmm.
McCowan, I expect more against junior teams. They should be going
Aye.
in there. And I mean, Balikwisha's meant to be a £5 million player. He should be. I mean, just like when Rangers played against Annan, you expect the players that come in to step it up and go, right, okay, if you need, I mean, even Kieran Dowell scored a bloody goal this
But
week.
he's
I
made
mean,
he made 10 changes out of the 11. But even at
yeah,
that, you still expect the 10 players that he's brought in to be good
to be
enough
better.
to
Yeah.
score upwards of 4 or 5 goals. Against a team like that.
But they got through and it sets up the Scottish Cup draw. So we'll just quickly go through that for the last 16. I have to say that we'll go through each game. We could probably just predict them now, I suppose, if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But Aberdeen, Motherwell, I fancy Motherwell right now. Obviously,
Yeah.
Aberdeen are at home, and
Mm-hmm.
Aberdeen might have a new manager in by then, and maybe some
Could have
different
some new
players.
players as well.
Yeah, but right now, as the tie's made, I would
Aye,
favour Motherwell.
on form, it's Motherwell. Yeah.
Airdrie St Mirren again. St Mirren are winning that. I don't think it'll be easy going to Airdrie, but I think they'll find a way to win.
Mm-hmm.
Dundee United against the Spartans. Dundee United win
Dundee United
probably
wins
by
it.
3 or 4.
Aye, all day long.
Dunfermline Kelty will be close because they're quite local, aren't they? Kelty
Aye.
are sort of Fife, so
Mm-hmm.
I think Dunfermline win.
Fancied
But
Dunfermline
I
for
could
that
see it
anyway.
being, I could see it being like a 2-0, but it's still close. If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 2-1. Stenhousemuir Falkirk. I think Steny will give them a game because again it's a local. They're
That
right
is
next to each
quite
other.
local. Mm-hmm.
So see if I'm predicting a cup shock. That might be it.
The Steny
Just
one.
because Stenhousemuir are at home, and although Falkirk are at the same sentence, it's going to sound weird, but Falkirk are my outsiders to win the cup. I think if they get through this round and go to the quarters, I don't think there's anything to be worried about, especially with Hearts and
Depends
Hibs
on the
going out,
draw.
and
Depends on the draw.
if Rangers and Celtic were to get each other before the final, then there's an opportunity for a Motherwell, St Mirren again,
Mm-hmm. To get to the
Falkirk,
final.
Dundee United. But if we move on, Rangers, I got a bit of post-traumatic stressing over there with
Aye. Queen's
getting
Park.
Queen's Park potentially, but I'll be supporting Stranraer because I just don't want that again. Because
Even
that's
if even if it happened again, I can't see
I
Queen's
think,
Park beating Rangers again. I can't see it.
but then things have happened. Like Inverness beat Celtic twice. I'm pretty sure Hamilton Accies beat Rangers twice in cup game. Do you know what I mean? These things
Aye.
can happen.
Freak
Um,
results didn't have to happen, aye.
but I do think Rangers should be favourites to go through. Again, Celtic will be favourites against Dundee. I don't think it's easy because Dundee are playing quite well at the moment, but I
Just
think
glad
at
it's a home
home,
draw.
aye. And
Mm-hmm.
then the last one, Elgin Partick. I've got to favour Partick.
Partick
They're
Thistle.
comfortably better than Elgin, so we could get some good ties in the quarterfinals. And I think it's an exciting draw in terms of you're going to get your big teams going through, but there's a few teams, as I said, like Falkirk,
Aye.
Motherwell, St Mirren, Dundee
Stenhousemuir, you
United
said could
should be.
be
They
shot.
could, they could, but I think those teams should be looking to get to a semi-final now. There's a few teams out that we're looking well.
Oh, well, you said
Partick
Falkirk,
are
didn't
getting
you?
through. Well, I think in terms of the way they play football, and obviously St Mirren won the League Cup, so and I
Even
remember
Motherwell.
St Johnson. No, I know, and Motherwell could be a real
Well,
contender,
it
but
depends on. Well, they're apparently supposed to be signing somebody else to now, and I'm hoping that is the replacement for Maswanishi, because we'll need to wait and see what happens here.
well, I think that brings us on to transfers. Yeah, I think they did sign someone today, Motherwell,
And he
a
is a
forward.
striker as
Yeah,
well, so I'm
but
hoping
Masvinish is
that.
not really he's not 100% a forward. He's not really a striker. I
No,
mean, he
no,
plays
but
from the right, but
I think we could
he
play him
can.
there though.
Yeah, he's a bit like Nacho Novo if you had to compare. When he came to Rangers, he was technically a right winger, but you can
hmm
play him up front in the two. You can play him. He has that ability. He's a forward. Do you know what I mean?
Put it this
You can
way,
use him
he's a
wherever
better
you want.
looking finisher. He's a better looking finisher than Johnny Kenny is at the minute. So
But what I would say is that Celtic aren't the only team interested.
no,
Uh,
I know that.
I think
Oh,
Rangers are too.
mhm.
Uh, but I think if there's a striker
I think
right
we
now
need him.
and you're
We need him more
choosing,
than you anyway.
I think if you're choosing between Rangers and Celtic, if you want game time, I think you would choose Celtic because I think that Miovski and Chomiti are going to be ahead of whatever striker Rangers try to get right now. Um,
I think we need to
unless
bring in
it's
two strikers. I hope Martin O'Neill does get the two because he said that
well,
he does want to get
he's
two
keep
strikers.
getting linked with this boy Bamba, whose goals record that is nothing to shout out about, but you don't know until people come how
I
good
know.
they are.
I mean, I
Um,
always look back on Chris Sutton's record at Chelsea. I mean, he was rotten and he came to Celtic and he was brilliant. I know
but
Chris
he
Sutton's a
had
completely
pedigree though,
different
aye, aye.
player. I know he had
But
pedigree before that.
then there's players that come like that. Bio came and you thought, oh, he's getting 20 goals in the league,
Aye,
and he
and
turns
he
up here
was
and he was
rotten.
hopeless. And then Rasmussen's another one. I thought
Aye,
he was better than he got all the chances though, because
even
I always
wasn't very good
yeah.
either.
But I think Celtic need to do business. I think
Before the
before the end of
Sunday,
this window, they
before
need a
Sunday,
centre back, a right back, and probably two strikers.
we need somebody in before
Sorry, not
Sunday
not a strike back. Sorry, a centre back, a right winger, and two strikers.
and two strikers.
I don't think they're going to get. I think they might get one in the door before
Sunday.
Hearts, but
I
I
hope you're
think,
right.
most of the Celtic work will be in that last. It'll be in the last
So
days.
do you think it's going to be either Bamba or Maswanishi will get in before the Hearts game?
It's looking like Bam, but it won't be Maswinishi this week. I don't think. I think Maswinishi will be one of those late ones that. And obviously, you're then going to, if Celtic were to get a bid accepted, then that opens up other teams to come in, and we don't know what the boy wants to do. He might look at Rangers and go, "I'd rather go there." He might look at Celtic. Rangers might go in first, and he might wait for Celtic. You just don't know.
I know.
You don't know what the boy's thinking, but he's a talented player. Um, but I do think with Rangers signing Andreas Skov Olsen, who's going to play in our right wing, I think that limits his chances of
Well,
getting in that position. So
well
you
then
would
I don't know if Rangers will actually go for him. You never know. They might not.
no, they might not. I mean, I think Rangers are more likely to go for Bowie, if I'm totally honest, because I think Rangers there's been a big drop off right when we take off Chermiti and we bring on players who aren't like for like. We don't hold up the ball as well, so
hmm
maybe they're looking at Bowie to be more like for like. But you don't know. I mean, and obviously Hearts are another one that obviously with their injuries and suspensions, will they go in the market this week? I mean, you wouldn't be surprised to see them go for
Hearts.
a centre mid
Mhm.
because, but I don't think Hearts need a centre mid though because Hearts are the sort of team that see if you get two midfielders out, just
Mhm.
don't use the midfield then. Play long
Aye.
balls.
Yeah.
They
Well, they
they
could
could
do that.
play. Hearts are capable of sort of going right. we'll just put in, for instance, Spittle into
But then
centre
who's
mid,
who's going to be up front? I mean, you think Shanklin's injured, so who are they going to play up front?
Braga and Kabore.
No, Braga's injured enough, you know?
Braga's fine. No,
I thought
it's
Braga was injured.
Devlin. No, Braga's fine. It's more just the fact that it's been Braga and Shankland. And
Uh-huh.
does Braga work without Shankland? Will it work with somebody else? I think both sides need to do some business in the next few days, and I do think it will decide. It really will be a big factor in the title race
It
because
will be.
I think if Celtic come out, put it this way, right, if the window closed tomorrow and the squads were the way they are, I don't think Celtic win the league, even with even with Martin O'Neill being so good.
Russell
I
who?
just, I know, yeah, even with Martin O'Neill being so good, I just think that squad isn't as good as he is.
No, I agree with you. I mean,
Um,
there's only so many times you can get away with playing rotten and getting results. You know,
and
you
Rangers,
can't keep doing that.
we don't know if the Rangers signings will be good, but they're doing business, and they
They're
certainly,
doing, they're doing something
on
Celtic aren't
paper,
doing.
look like good signings.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but leagues aren't one on paper; they're one on the
No.
pitch. And Rangers need to prove that they. I think the big test of Rangers to me will be if and when they go top. Can they handle it?
Rangers, if they go top,
Yeah,
well, it's no when, it's a minute, it's if, Murray. You can't say when they go top. You need to say if
I
at the
think they
minute.
will go top at some point. The thing is, can they handle it? Yeah,
Right,
I think at some point they will, but
right.
just the way things are. Because if Celtic beat Hearts, right, just for instance, if Celtic beat Hearts next week, and then Rangers beat Dundee, right, it's 3 points between three teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say Rangers beat Dundee by more than Celtic beat Hearts, which you would
Well,
say is probably
let's put it
likely, right?
this way. You're probably you'd be hoping that Celtic would beat Hearts so that then yous win, and
Tightens it
then
all up, aye.
that this we're all going to be 3 points back. Well, we'll be 3 points behind them then. Both is
And what I'm saying is there's big games that Rangers need to go to Motherwell in February, and that's tough. But what I'm saying
no.
is if we're 3 points behind Hearts and we play Hearts, there's a good chance that we can go top at some point, right?
Aye.
Now, the big question for me is what happens when they do? Because we've seen 2 years ago under Philip Clement, Rangers play really, really well without pressure. Then they went top of the league. And what
Mm-hmm.
happened?
Fell away.
They drew, I think they had 6 points that were up for grabs away to Ross County and away to Dundee, and they came away with 1 point.
Well, this is
They
what happened. I
lost.
mean, Hearts are top of the league now. They're obviously doing it at the minute, but can they handle it as it goes on into the kind of business end of the
I've got to
season
admit,
as
I'm
we
more
get near?
confident of Hearts handling it than Rangers because
All right.
Hearts have proved since week 1 or 2 of the season that they can cope being up there. It's a big
Mm-hmm.
difference doing it in April and May. I understand that.
Aye.
But what I'm saying is Rangers haven't even proved that they can lead.
But the thing
But
we've
Rangers
also got
might
to
just be
realise,
thinking, well, they might just be thinking, let's just go top on the last day of the season.
thing we've got to realise as well is we've got to play Hearts and Rangers twice, and yous also play
It's not
us
that. And
twice
Hibs
and
and
Hearts
Motherwell
twice.
too. Yeah,
And we've
they're
got
the
Hibs
games.
as well, Hibs and Motherwell as well.
I mean, honestly, I think whoever picks up the most points against Hibs and Motherwell could win the league
Mm-hmm.
because we all need to go to Easter Road again. We all need to go to Fir Park. We
Mm-hmm.
have to have those teams come to our grounds. Not easy.
No, that's right.
I think we both need to go to Falkirk again, probably.
Well,
I
if they
think
finish in the top six, that's
Ra-
a possibility.
Rangers might need to go there twice,
Mm-hmm.
based on the fact that we'll have played one more home game going into the split. So we obviously know we're going to Tynecastle and Parkhead,
Mm-hmm.
but we might need to go to either Motherwell, Hibs, or Falkirk again. But we'll come to
Yep.
that when we come to it. But if we move on to obviously the two games in midweek, we've got Celtic against Bologna
Bologna.
over in
Mm-hmm.
Italy, and
Yep.
you've got Rangers at home to Ludogorets. We'll start with Rangers because, let's be honest, it's a dead rubber. The only thing up for grabs here is coefficient points and prize money.
Mm-hmm.
Rangers, I think Rangers will put out a pretty full strength team on Thursday, right?
You
Because
reckon?
even though we've got Dundee at the weekend, I think that because there's no travel, it's Ibrox. I think they'll try to keep the momentum of winning games,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Rangers will try to win that and then beat Dundee, hopefully. However, next week when we go to Porto, I think we'll send kids
The only risk that you run when you
injuries.
That's it. If you keep the same
Yeah,
side and a dead rubber European game, you know what I mean.
yeah.
If anybody that's key gets injured, then you've
But at the
got a
same
problem.
time, they're still 1.5 million up for a win. So
I know.
let's just go and get.
Mhm.
And I think Danny Rule, for his own development, needs to win a game in Europe because he's not done that yet. So he needs to get that monkey off his back.
Mhm.
So I think if I'm doing a prediction on that one first, I'm going to say Rangers 2-1 against Ludogorets, just because I don't think they're any better than us, and I think Rangers are just on a wee roll right now.
You're
Pardon the
probably
pun.
right. I mean, Ludogorets aren't any great shakes. So
Yeah, I think Rangers will edge it, and they'll get
they
that.
probably will.
I think they'll get beat comfortably next week in Porto, because I think Rangers will probably send over kids because we've got Easter Road on the Sunday.
Hmm.
Uh,
Which is
if
yeah.
we go on to Celtic Bologna in Italy, I'm betwixt and between on this one because if the Celtic that played Feyenoord turn up, they can win.
Hmm.
If the Bologna that's been really patchy in Serie A turn up, Celtic can win or draw.
Hmm.
But Bologna in the Europa League have been okay.
They have been. They've been all right.
Um, I don't know. And then I say if the Celtic turns up that turned up against Falkirk or Auchinleck, they'll lose.
Oh, aye.
I think I really
Can they
don't
play like
know.
that against Bologna?
If I'm totally honest, I think I'm going to go one each, just because I don't know who's going to turn up. I don't know if a good version of Celtic will turn up. I don't know if a bad version will turn up.
I don't know what the
But I
score.
think an
I think
okay
it'll be a
version will
draw.
turn up. Aye, I think
I
an
think it'll be a
okay
draw.
version will turn up and they'll get a goal and they'll also concede a goal. And I
Mm.
wouldn't be surprised to see Lewis Ferguson score.
I don't know if
He's
it'll be
got,
one each. It'll be a score draw anyway of some description.
yeah.
But aye, you might be
I
right.
think
Lewis Ferguson.
that's where I'm at. I'll go 1-1 in Bologna and 2-1 at Ibrox,
Right.
which will obviously take us up to a massive weekend in the SPL. So the games next weekend, we'll do the predictions obviously on Friday,
Hmm.
but the games for next weekend are on Saturday. We've got Aberdeen Livingston, massive for Aberdeen. They need to get points, but right
You,
now I don't think Livingston will be scared of them.
no, they won't be. But you'd still fancy Aberdeen the way Livingston have been playing recently. You would probably still
Yep,
fancy Aberdeen because Livingston can't buy a win.
I wouldn't be surprised at a draw though, based on
No,
what I've seen.
me either.
Um,
Hmm.
Dundee United St Mun, don't know. I don't know. St
That's a
Mun just
tough one.
can't buy a win right
I
now,
know.
but
So.
you know that Dundee United are probably the best team to play in terms of
Mhm.
you don't know
Because you
what's
don't
going to turn
because
up.
you don't know what Dundee United team will
Uh,
turn up. That's right.
Falkirk Hibs is a belter.
Aye,
Uh,
that's a good one. Mhm.
will Hibs react from the going out the cup? Will they react well? Will Falkirk take their cup win and take it into the league?
Pick on.
I'd have to say if I was edging anyone, I'd probably edge Hibs, but I think that could be a draw. But we'll come out at the weekend, obviously, and then
Yep.
Motherwell Kilmarnock, you'd have to fancy a home win based on
Motherwell.
Motherwell.
Aye, based on their
And
form
then
and the way they've
obviously
been playing this season.
the Sunday games, which are both 3 o'clock kickoffs, which is weird, but I quite
Aye, I
like it.
know. 3 o'clock.
I don't like the 12 on a Sunday. I hate it. I
No, I
like it in
like it.
terms of when you wake up, you don't need to wait long for the match, right? So I get
No,
that.
I like the fact that you get the game and you get out the road and you've got the rest of the
I
day to
know,
do what you want.
but see when you've travelled away in Europe, you probably
Hmm.
appreciate those extra three
Well, I
hours.
suppose I.
The players do anyway.
Hmm.
But I don't like that we're playing at the same time. Even though
Hmm.
I like Rangers playing
No,
at
I'm
three
actually
because
glad of that because obviously I'm not
I'm
saying
not.
there is cheating going
So,
on, but you know what I mean.
no, I kind of want to watch the Celtic Hearts game. I think it could be a good game.
No, I'll be
But
watching it.
obviously, I'll be watching Rangers. But it'll be interesting. Rangers Dundee. I don't think that's a gimme. Not the way
No.
Dundee have played recently. But what I would say is that you know I think Rangers with their new signings, I could see them starting a couple and trying to get the crowd going right from the start. And I think that game will be decided. If there's an early goal for Rangers, I think it'll be a comfortable day. If
Hmm.
there's not, it will not be comfortable at all. It'll
If
be
there's
really
not, it
difficult.
could it could be a draw if there's no early goal for Rangers. You just
Yeah.
never know.
But I think if Rangers get an early goal with the whole new signings thing, you could see the crowd really getting involved. But right now, let's be honest, there's 16 games left, and none of them you'd say are banker wins because
Hmm.
right now, it's just difficult. But you just need to take it in little groups. Like after this game, I'll be looking at it as right. You've got 5 games, then an international break, then 5 games, then the split, then the
Hmm.
last 5 games. And I've kind of worked out that if you win 13 of the last 16, you'll win the league, pretty much.
All right.
But obviously, if you win 13 games but lose the ones against Celtic and Hearts, that's probably
It's
not
all
going to
ifs.
happen, if you
It's
get
all
what I
ifs and
mean.
buts. Aye.
But if you win the right 13 games, that should be enough.
Hmm.
Uh, so but you just need to take it in little groups, I think, in little bunches of games, because I genuinely think if Hearts are top of the league with 10 games to go, they're massive favourites because they've
Well,
got
they
a
will
nice
be.
easy running. They've got
They will be.
like see their last 5 games before the split. It's almost a guaranteed 15 points.
It's probably Diddy material that they're going to be playing
But
against.
the next 6, you would say
When it's the
you could
split and
almost
they've got the
you
top
could see
five,
them losing.
obviously.
You could see them losing the next 5.
Hmm.
They really could. It's tough games. Like nobody
Yeah.
wants to go to Tynecastle, sorry, Tannadice and St Mirren Park and Ibrox, and
Mm.
I don't think Motherwell and Celtic are the easiest teams to play at home to. So tough games.
No, you're right.
But we'll see what comes, and obviously the Edinburgh Derby in there as well, which will be
That's
tough
right.
for them. But I think it's. I know you don't like it, but I'm certainly enjoying the title race in terms of.
Don't like it. No.
It's nice. It's nice to see
It's all right for
a
a neutral,
real.
but no for a
It's
guy
nice to see it is
that's
nice
wanting
to
the.
see a proper title race. And by
Aye,
the way,
for the
I would
neutral.
say I would say that there isn't a favourite right now. Not based on Hearts'
No.
injuries, Rangers' momentum, and Celtic's experience. That's
Hmm.
where you've got right now. You've got a team that's never done it before, who are probably you don't know what you're going to get. You've got a team who are just kind of going along quite nicely, but again, if they get in front, do they know what to do? And you've got a team who are playing shite, but they've been there and done it.
Aye.
So
Over the course. Yeah.
yeah, so I honestly I think it's very difficult to pick a winner right now.
Ah,
But
well,
we'll enjoy
time
it.
will
We've got
tell.
another good few weeks of this anyway.
Before we get
Yep.
before the
But
international break.
leave it there. Back on Friday, we can properly preview and predict. And I suspect we might have a signing. If we don't have a signing by Celtic, I think there'll be a mutiny.
Well, there
But
certainly will be. I mean, it's getting beyond a joke. Or it's already beyond a joke. But
but we'll see. We'll see.
aye,
We'll see what comes of it. But definitely, I could still see Rangers doing another 2, but they need to get some out the door first. Celtic, oh God, I think they need 3 or 4.
aye, big time.
I've seen Engels is linked to a move away today, so we'll
I
see what
know.
that comes with.
Hmm.
But I'd sell him if you can get anywhere near your money back, can't you?
Right, we will see.
But anyway, leave it there.
Yep.
Right,
Right.
right, I'll catch you later.
Thanks. Right. Catch you
Right,
later, mate. Cheers
right,
again.
right.
Bye.